Can you open your microphone? Nazaria, can you open your microphone, please? I think she won't be able, right? Don't worry, Nazaria. If you cannot do it, there is not a problem, you know? Take it easy. Yeah. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't go out. Yeah, there is a problem there with probably the internet, the computer. I don't know. Yeah, leave it like that. Okay. Who? Hector? Can you open your microphone, Hector? Excellent, Hector. Thank you. Okay, Hector, can you help us with the first line, the whole first line?
Okay, good. Okay, first one, pen, hopping, jump. B, ball, hobby, herb. T, table, little, watched. The, dog, added, played. Ch, chips, each, picture. J, jam, danger, fudge. K, key, car, luck. G, green, hawk, league.
Excellent job, Hector. Congratulations. Very good pronunciation. Let's listen now to Betty. Can you, Betty, open your microphone, please? Thank you. Help us with the second line.
Okay. Fire, laugh, fun.
Okay.
Video, move, off. Thick, healthy, teeth. Mother, this, with. See, city, notice. Zebra, cozy, has. Shop, nation, special. Television, visual, leisure.
Excellent job, Betty. Excellent job. Sounds very good. Excellent job to both of you. Hector, Betty, excellent pronunciation. Well, the last one, I guess, like, is the easiest one. And now let's do some more activities. About this. Okay. Let me see. I have these activities right here. So this activity is different. It's a little more difficult than the previous one we were doing. Here, what we have to do is to try to guess the word. Okay, we need to try to guess the word. For example, let's look at the first one. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you, no problem. In the first one, we have the dictum, right? We have the dictum that says a, then we have the n, and then we have sh, and then we have n. If you put all that together, it says ancient. Ancient. What, can you write the word? What word do you think it is? Ancient. Yes, Betty. Good job, Hector. Yes, the word is the word ancient. Mhm. That's the word ancient. All right, let's look at the second word. The second word starts with and then it says tack. 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 Yes, Nazaria. Good job, Betty. Good job. It is attack. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. The third word says, and then it says, ache, break. What do you think? Good, good. It's break. Can be break, like you break something, or can be break, like the brakes of the car. It's not the problem. It's they are homophones. They have the same sound. Good. Let's look at the next one. Butterfly. Butterfly. Yes, yes. Wow. You guys are really good for this. Butterfly. Let's look at the next one. Century. 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 Yes, yes, yes. No, it's not sanctuary. This is sent because in your word, Hector, is san, but in this one is with e, sen. So since it's with e, it is century. Mhm. That's the difference. Century, sanctuary. Mhm. It's minimal pairs, only one sound different. You were very close. Next one says ka. This is difficult. Look, ka. And it says and it says you. You, you, ni, Kate. Ka. You, ni, Kate. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. Communicate. Excellent job. All right, let's look at the next one. It says there. The air. There. Yes, good job there. Dear friend. All right, let's look at the next. In a vol. 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 What do you think? Yes, Hector Nazaria. Excellent. Enable. Enable. Next, number 9. Fear. Fear. What do you think? Nazaria, yours is fire. I. But this is Fia. Fia. Yes. Ia. Fear. Yes. Fear. Yes. The last one is J. I. Nt. J. I. Nt. What do you think? Yes, giant. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now by yourself. I'm not gonna help you. I'm not gonna pronounce it. You do it by yourself. Number one, what's your opinion? Hmm. We have two ideas. Nazaria, what do you think, Nazaria? Hmm. I'm sorry, everyone, but this word is huge, huge. No D, no letter D. And in this case, you, Hector, your word is judge, judge. But this word is huge, huge. So it's a different word. Yes, Nazaria is huge like this. But no D, no D, Betty. Okay, try number two. Nine, not try number two. What do you think? Excellent job, everyone. Perfect. It's humble. Number three. What do you say about number three? Who can do it? Good job, Nasari. Good job. Influential. Next, number four. Great. Excellent. Good job, everyone. Invention. Last, number five. It's difficult. And number five is difficult. Number five is difficult, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody? The number five? Too difficult for you? Nobody? Nobody wants to try? Okay, everyone. In this one, look, it starts with N. So the sound is N. And then it's an O. It's not an A. So you say no. And then it's So you say no, li. And finally, yes, very good, Hector. So the answer is knowledge. Knowledge is like that. Knowledge. Mhm. Yes, it was difficult. It was. Okay, number 6. Number 6, everyone. What do you think? Moveless. No. Yes, Nazaria. Yes. Yes, Betty. Good job. It is marvelous. 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 That's the answer. Number 7. No, it's not microphone. It doesn't have an F. It doesn't have an F. It is my, but it's not microphone. Micro. I don't know what happened to Hector. Hector, are you still there? After knowledge, I didn't know about Hector. Yes, Hector, good job. Microchip. It's like that. Microchip. Okay, number 8. Okay, we have Betty's answer. Who else answers do we have? Excellent, Nazaria, Betty, and hopefully Hector. It is operation. Okay, number 9 is difficult. Number 9 is difficult. No, it's not police because it's not with O. Yes, Betty, it is palace. Palace. It's a palace. Yes, good job. The last one, number 10. Good job, Hector. Good job. Pleasure. Do you want to practice more or we go to another topic? You want to practice more or it's okay? More practice. Okay, more practice. No problem. Here you are. More practice. Let's try number 1. Excellent. Yes, it is product. Number 2. No, it's not price because it doesn't says P. It is rice. Yes, Nazaria. Yes, Betty. Rice. Number 3. Number 3 is difficult. No, Hector, because your word is raw. O-U. And this one is only raw. O. Run. No, because it's not with N. It's not raw. No, the answer is raw, like this. Raw. Okay. Number 4. Yes, Nazaria, good job. I was waiting to see if Hector or Betty had another idea, but your idea is perfect. The answer is research. Okay, number 5. Yes, everyone, is safe. What about number 6? Actually, is Hector's answer is correct. Statue. Yes, the answer. Statue. 7. It is the easiest one, right? Sunny. And the last one, sorry, no, 8. It's not the last one. I'm sorry. Excellent. Tradition. Good job. 9. Washing machine. Good job, everyone. And the last one, now is the last one. Number 10. Wonder. Yes, everyone. Good job. Fantastic job. Okay. Excellent job, everyone. Well, as you can see, it's about practicing. It's about identifying the symbols, the sounds. You have the theory. You need to continue practicing. Of course, you need to continue doing more activities on your pronunciation and everything, but you know practically all the symbols. So the more you practice with the app. I'm going to give you some extra homework, but the more you practice, the easier it will get. Okay, so let's get going because we still have to see more things. It's not only about sounds. Remember, I told you phonology was not only about sounds. So another important thing about phonology is the stress. In English, stress also influences how sentences and group of words are pronounced. The stress is important in words and is important in sentences. For example, in words, is different that you say, for example, even, than you say event, or that you say effort is different than to say effort, right? So the stress is also very important for our pronunciation. When we talk about the stress of one word, well, this is word stress. And when we talk about a sentence, this is sentence stress. In the word stress, remember that usually you see the stress with a little tilde in the phonemic symbols or in the phonemic script. But what about the sentence stress? Stress also influences how sentences and group of words are pronounced. We say different parts of word with more or less stress. So different parts of words have different stress, more stress or less. Example, we can say slower and louder or quicker or more softly. Look at this sentence. Look at the sentence. The sentence says, I can't understand a word he says. Right? I'm going to repeat the sentence. Listen. I can't understand a word he says. In this sentence, the main stress is word. It's in black. You see? Main stress is the word with the greatest energy. Normally, is the one the speaker considers more important to the meaning of the sentence. So the main stress is the word that is more important for the sentence. For example, in this case, when I say I can't understand a word, I am saying that I don't understand anything. I don't understand anything. So when I say a word means anything. I don't understand at all, right? So that's why that word is the main stress. It's the most important word. Now, we also have some words with secondary stress. The words with stress are the words in green. These words in secondary stress are words in which the energy falls. They are not so important to the meaning of the sentence as the main stress. They are also a stress. They have a stress. Listen, I can't understand. Have a stress. I can't understand. But the stress is not the same as the other. I can't understand a word he says. So they have a stress, but the word has the higher stress, the highest. Mhm. You see? All right. Look, he, uh, and he are on stress. You see? I, he are on stress. They don't have any stress. I can understand a word he says. You see the voice? I can understand a word he says. Right? So in sorry, the stress is practically null. They don't have a stress. They are on stress. Usually, they correspond to structural words. Structural words are words in the sentence that they don't give meaning. They give structure to the sentence, but not meaning. These words are used to build grammar. These words can be prepositions, articles, pronouns, determiners, etc. For example, I, sorry, went back. I, it's a pronoun. If I erase I don't affect the meaning of the sentence. If instead of say I can understand, I only say can understand a word he says. You can understand me. You know what I mean. I mean the people who listens to me if I don't pronounce I still can understand it. It's not correct, but it's understandable. So I is a word, is a in this case is a structural word, right? Doesn't give meaning, gives a structure, makes the sentence to be cohesive, to have grammar. The same with I could say I can't understand word he says. If I don't say a word, you still understand, right? Can understand word says. Can understand a word says. Probably you still understand, right? So these structural words are usually unstressed. Mhm. Now, this is not always a rule, since the speaker can stress one unexpected word to make relevant for the sentence. This is called contrastive stress. Sometimes we want to emphasize words that are not usually stressed, but we emphasize those words because we want to give, certain meaning to the sentence. It's because that word gives another meaning to the sentence. For example, the girl ran to the sea and jumped quickly. Look, the girl ran to the sea and jumped quickly. When I emphasize the girl, I mean it was her, the one who run, not another person, right? It was her, the girl, right? Instead of girl, I can emphasize sea. For example, the girl ran to the sea and jumped quickly. So what I want to say is that she jumped, she ran to the sea, not to any other place. It was the sea, right? Finally, the girl ran to the sea and jumped quickly. So she did it quickly, not in any other way. It's just that she did it quickly. So when I emphasize other words that are not typically stressed, this is called contrastive stress. Okay? So we have four types of stress: main stress, the most important word; secondary stress, the secondary words that are important for the meaning; unstress, the structural words that are usually not stressed, like pronouns, prepositions, articles; and contrastive stress, when I want to emphasize something that is not typical, but I do it because it's important for the meaning of a sentence, of what I want to say. Okay? So far, so good? Yes. Thank you. Okay. So this is about the sentence stress. Now, another important thing about phonology is the next. Look at the next. It's charging. Cannot see it. Can you see it? You can see it. I cannot see it. It's weird that you can see it. I cannot see it. Oh, there you are. Okay. In spoken language, one of the most common features is connected speech. So another common feature about phonology is connected speech. In American English is the most common feature. We have a lot of connected speech in American English. Connected speech are words which join to make connected stream sounds. Some other characteristics of connected speech are the next. So connected speech is when you join two words to make one word. So that is connected speech. You join two words to make one word. Mhm. You can say it only spoken, or you can say it spoken and written, right? For example, some types of connected speech are the contractions. The contractions are types of connected speech. Well, a contraction is when when you take a vowel, it's shortening the vowel in unstressed words. For example, don't, do not. You contract it and you have it done. Have not. You contract it and you have haven't. Would not, wouldn't. Should not, shouldn't. Would have, would have. Should have, should have. Right? These contractions are written and are also spoken. But there are some contractions that are only spoken, not written. For example, when you have the contraction of going to, the contraction of going to, gonna. But you usually say gonna. You don't write it in a letter or an email. You don't write it. It's very informal. One, two, one. Mhm, mhm. When you say, I'm not, ain't, mhm, ain't, right? When you say, When you say, what other do you know? Do you know others like this? No? Uh, got to, gotta, got you, gotcha. Yeah, these are the most common. hmm Thinking about more. Have to. So these contractions are usually spoken, not written. Give me, yes. hmm Give me, right? All right. Now, these are contractions, right? You make one word out of the words spoken, written. Okay. Okay. The schwa, the schwa is the weak form. Unstressed sounds in words. Sometimes the schwa in the words is very weak. And when it is at the beginning or at the end of the word, when you have a schwa at the beginning or at the end of the word, this schwa makes that the two words sound together. Sorry. For example, mhm, let's say that you have this word. Where are you from? Mhm. Your students probably say, where are you from? Right? Where are you from? But we teachers, when you have an advanced level, you don't say, where are you from? Oh my goodness, I misspelled it. You link the words. Where? Where are you from? Where? Where are you from? Why? Because R, R starts with a schwa. So since you have a schwa here, usually when it starts with a schwa, you link it. Where? Where are you from? Where are you from? hmm the same happens with what, right? What? What are you doing? What are you doing? Right? What? What are you doing? Right? You link it. The schwa is weak. So when it is at the beginning, you link it. Also happens when it's at the end. For example, here, tira, tira, tira movies, the movies. This one, the schwa is short, is weak, sorry, is at the end. Tira. Here, the schwa is also at the end. So we usually say tira, tira. I'm going to the movies, to the movies, to the movies, to the, right? So when the schwa is at the beginning or the schwa is at the end, we usually link it with the following word or with the previous word. If it is at the end, with the following word. If it is at the beginning, with the previous word, because it's a weak form. Okay? So we do this with the schwa, but we also do it with other words, right? There are other words that we also link, right? When we speak. For example, words, and when we link these words when we are speaking, is called linking. These are words together at the word's boundaries rather than saying them separately. For example, when you say this, you don't say he did it. You say he did it. You say it together. He did it. You don't say do you work. Do you say do you? Do you work? Do you? Do you work? You don't say what do you do? You say what do you do? What do what do what do you do? what do you do? Right? You speak fast, you link words. So this is called linking. You see? It is important that from time to time you tell your students, all of you are teachers, right? Yeah, you told me you're teachers. You tell your students to pay attention to this, right? When they speak, because this is going to help them gain more fluency to speak faster, right? For example, let's say that you are practicing a dialogue, and then you're practicing this dialogue, and you practice the dialogue, and the first time you practice the dialogue, you tell them, pay attention to the pronunciation, and they pronounce the words. And they pronounce the word okay, okay. You practice the dialogue the second time, and you tell them, now pay attention to the connected speech. And you tell them to use the connected speech. It's important that from time to time you tell your students to focus and use the connected speech. So this way your students can sound more natural, they can sound smoothly, right? They can sound better. Mhm. Okay? Okay, perfect. Finally, we have the intonation. Mhm. The intonation. Okay, when we talk about the intonation, we talk about the way we say things. Intonation also changes the meaning of the words. Intonation is the movement of the level of the voice, the tone of a sentence or a group of words. When you change the intonation, you can change the meaning. For example, school just finished. No intonation at all. But if I say, school just finished, my intonation changes and now it means I am happy. But if I say, school just finished, then probably I'm sad. Mhm. So the way you change your intonation, you change the meaning. Give me 1 second, please, everyone. Give me just one minute. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm back. Mhm. Okay, so as I was saying, the intonation changes the meaning of the words too. Okay. Um, um, a structure where the intonation is very important is the questions. Mhm. How many types of questions do we have? We have two types of questions. Yes. Like Betty says, we have the information questions and we have the yes no questions. Okay? So intonation questions have certain information questions have certain intonation. Yes no questions have other intonation. Okay? Let me write one. This is an information question. Listen, what's your father's name? What's your father's name? What's your father's name? Mhm. I'm gonna write another. Where does your mom work? Where does your mom work? Right? When we talk about intonation, usually a very good strategy is that we show the intonation by using arrows. We can use an arrow like this to show that the intonation is plain. We can use an arrow like this to show that intonation is rising, rising intonation. And we can use it like this to show that intonation is falling, falling intonation. Mhm. Now, look at this. In the case of the first question, what's your father's name? What word has the rising intonation? What's your father's name? In what word can you notice the intonation goes up? Okay, good job. Yes, let me move it here. Okay, so we can say that what's your, it's plain, then father's goes up, and in name, it goes down, right? So we say, what's your father's? It goes up, name, it goes down, right? It's more like this, right? What about in where does your mom work? In what word do you have a raising intonation? Where does your mom work? Mom. Yes. We can say that where does your is plain. Then in mom, it goes up. And in work, it goes down. So it's the same type of intonation. So in the information questions, this is the way the intonation works. The intonation in information questions usually goes up and then goes down at the end, not at the beginning. It goes up and then down at the end. Mhm. Now let's look at yes no question. Look at this. Do you work here? Do you work here? Where does it goes up? Do you work here? In here, right? So the intonation is plain, and then it goes up. It doesn't go down. It goes up, but not down. So it's different. Mhm. Now look at this other. Mhm. Yes. Have you seen that movie? Have you seen that movie? Movie, right? Have you seen that movie? Have you seen that movie? Yes. Excellent. So it's plain and it goes up. Mhm. Excellent. So this is the intonation that you have in yes no questions. So I usually do this with my students. I usually tell them to listen. I usually write questions and I usually draw the arrows. Sometimes they don't pay attention to this. But when you draw the arrows, the students who are more visual can see it and they pay more attention to it. Okay? All right. We're going to do one activity. No, we did this already. Here it is. Okay? Here we have this activity. In this activity, we have some sentences. We have two sentences. The first sentence says, I'm going to the shops. Do you want anything? I'm going to the shops. Do you want anything? Mhm. And Doran says, I don't think so. What are you going to buy? What are you going to buy? Now, look at this. Here we have them separate by numbers. We have number one, I'm. Number two, Tuda. Three, chops. Four, do you. Five, want. Six, think. Seven, so. Eight, whatha. Nine, gonna. 10, buy. And we have here these concepts: main stress, secondary stress, weak form, schwa, contraction, connected speech, linking word, intonation. We need to match them. For example, I'm. What do you think is I'm from these concepts? I'm. Yes, see that? It's a contraction. What about tida? Now remember, contractions are also connected speech. So contraction connected speech is the same. Yes, tuda is the weak form. And one more time, it's also a connected speech. What about chops? Listen, I'm going to the chops. I'm going to the chops. Is the intonation, do you think is the main stress or the secondary stress? Listen again. I'm going to the chops. Yes, everyone. It is the main stress, not the secondary, right? So it's the main, oh my goodness, main stress. What about do you? Do you think, what do you think is do you? I don't think it is a contraction. It is a connected speech. What form of connected speech it is? Contraction, linking, or weak form? Do you? Yes, everyone. Good job. It is linking, right? Do you is linking. Want. Do you want anything? Do you want anything? What do you think? Want. Yes, it's the weak form because it has schwa, but in this case, it's the main stress. Yes, it's the main stress too. And look, on top of do you want anything, we can see the intonation too. Okay, so we're gonna write here intonation. Mhm. Now, think, number 6, think. What do you think? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I don't think so. What do you think? I don't think so. It's more the intonation, yes. Do you think would be the secondary stress or the main stress? Yes, right. It's a secondary stress. All right. What about so? So is not connected to speech, ladies and gentlemen. No. No, because it's not connected with anything. It's just I don't think so. It's separate. Okay. Can be the intonation. What type of stress do you think it is? So if so is secondary, then thing needs to be the main stress. What do you think is the main stress? Think or so? So is the main stress. And think the secondary? I don't think so. In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, for me, think is the main stress. And so is the secondary stress. Because you say, I don't think so. Okay? Let's go to number 8. Water. What are you going to buy? What do you think? Yeah, it is a main, sorry, yes, but it's the weak form. Yes, about the stress, but this is an example of the weak form, right? Excellent. Connected speech, weak form. Gana. What do you think about Gana? Yes, Gana is a contraction, Azaria. Good job. It's a contraction. What are you gonna buy? Yeah, it can be this. It can be stress too. But in this case, because we're talking about Ghana, we're talking about the contraction. Mhm. And the last one is buy. What do you think? Yeah, buy would be the secondary stress. Good job. Excellent job, everyone. All right. Perfect. Mhm. Okay. Well, this is the last activity that I had planned for you. But before we finish the course, It's difficult. It was a little difficult. Yes, it is. We need to remember the concepts: connected speech, linking, contraction, quick forms, right? And it helps if you pronounce the sentences to identify the main stress, the secondary stress. Now, before we go today, we're going to take a very quick exam, okay? This exam is to check how you understood the topics, okay? Now, Betty says, no, no exam, teacher. It's very easy, Betty. It's very easy, okay? It's a multiple choice exam, okay? Now, for this exam, I want you to send all your answers together. Don't send one by one. You need to send all the answers together, okay? I'm going to show you the exam. It has only 6 questions, but I'm gonna help you with the number. I'm gonna make it smaller so you can see all of them. Probably a little bit bigger, and there you go. There you go. That's the exam. Okay, so I want you to write in the chat number 1 and the answer. De ahí, comma, 2, the answer, comma, 3, the answer, 4, commas, and the answer, and so. Okay? And that's it. They are 6. Thank you, Hector. Okay. Let's wait a little bit for Nazaria and Betty. Excellent, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Hector has one different. Nazaria was one. Hector has 2 different. Okay, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's see how you do it in the exam. Okay, it says can't, don't, his are examples of Contractions. Everyone got it correct. Number 2. Umbrella is an example of a word which has umbrella. 3 syllables. Good job. Feet. Feet and feed. Fur and fur. Fear and fair. Track and truck are examples of. Number 3 is minimal pairs. Good job. Fantastic. Fantastic. It's an example of a word which carries the main stress on the. Listen. Fantastic. The main stress is on the second syllable. Fantastic. Oh, sorry, Hector. The phoneme t is an example of a consonant. Nazaria, sorry. And the last one. Would you prefer coffee or tea? It's an example of a sentence with the following intonation. Listen. Would you prefer coffee or tea? Coffee or tea? What do you think? Is it coffee or tea? The answer in this case, it can be letter B and letter C. But you only use letter C if you don't have coffee, right? For example, if you tell someone, hey, do you prefer coffee or tea, right? So if you don't have coffee, you say tea. So the person says tea. Okay, I want tea. But the regular way would be letter B. Would you prefer coffee or tea? That would be. Excellent, everyone. Well, you did a good job. You did a very good job. All right, let's finish this up. Phonology. Key concepts. Learners of English need to be able to understand accents in English, as this is becoming a global language. As pronunciation communicates so much our meaning, producing sounds in a way that can be widely understood is extremely important. So, as I said previously, the most important is that our pronunciation is widely understood and that our students understand different accents. A regular focus in lesson on different aspects of pronunciation helps to make learners aware of its importance. So as I was telling you before, it is good that you tell your students every now and then, okay, pay attention to the connected speech, pay attention to the pronunciation of this sound or the stress or so. Teaching materials sometimes include activities and exercises which focus on hearing and producing different sounds. But if your books, the books that you use, don't have any activities, don't worry. Because I'm going to send you 2 books. Look, I'm going to send you these 2 books. This book is for you. It's for you to practice, to continue practicing. In this book, you have these words about phonology, the sounds that you can practice. You have some activities that you can do. You have a lot of activities actually. And after all the activities where you can have tongue twisters, right? You have some vowels combination, you have some information, you have some fixes, prefixes, and after this, you have a poem there. You can practice all this, right? It is 36 pages and has a lot of information. Stress, you see here, you're going to practice the stress patterns. And I'm showing you this here. After all these activities, you have the answer key. On page 28, you have the answer key. So it's a wonderful book because it has many activities for you, and it has the answer key at the end, so you can check it. You can check the answers by yourself with no problem. So that is the first book I'm gonna send you. The second book is amazing. I love it. This book is wonderful because it has a lot of activities for your students. At the beginning, it has an explanation about phonology. It has the phonemes. It tells you how to put your mouth for the phoneme. It tells you for this word, use it this way, put your tongue here, blah, blah, blah. It gives you some examples, right? For all the phonemes. And then, after all the examples, this is amazing because with this you can practice with your students. You have some dialogues with specific sounds. For example, this dialogue is to practice the E sound. So you say, Mommy, are you busy? Yes, I'm in the kitchen. Can I go swimming in Chester's with Jim, his mom, this morning? Jim, Jim, English. He's living with Mr. and Mrs. Willis in the village. So as you can see, all the conversation has this sound. Mhm. And this other conversation is with this sound. And it continues. It has more sounds, all the sounds. You have a dialogue per every sound. Then you have some more words that you can practice. Mhm. You have some sentences like tongue twisters to practice. Mhm. Like for example here, 3. This is the sound. 3, 3, 333, 3,333, and so on. So you can practice a lot with this. Mhm. This is more about the pronunciation. This is a larger conversation. In this case, you have other consonant sounds. Practically, here you have the intonation part, stress, rhythm, to practice it too. Have all that. So all of these, both of these books are wonderful. I'm gonna send them to you so you can practice at home. Mhm. And yes, of course, this is my number. This is my WhatsApp number. This is my email. I'm gonna send you the information to your emails, and I'm gonna send. If you have any problem, you can send me a WhatsApp. I can also send it to your WhatsApp. Not a problem for me. We're gonna send you the video of these two classes, and we are going to send you a diploma for being in the course. Mhm. So this is what we're going to send to your emails: the diploma, the videos, and the books. Mhm. It's a pleasure for me also. Thank you, Hector. Thank you, Beatriz. Thank you, Nazaria, for being in the course.